Hi, this is Bill Milford, the Division Chair for Social Work at Thomas University, and I am happy to present this presentation on the person in environment perspective, or what we shorthand as PI, and how it is integral to how social work looks at change and how to assist human beings in achieving their full potential. And it's actually one of these things that makes social work unique from other professions. Psychology will look at specific behaviors and how those behaviors can be adapted. Sociology looks at observing trends within folks. Social work is all about helping people to increase their functioning, their ability to do things. And, one of our shorthand responses is that if it was easy to help somebody, somebody else would have done it. Or you would have done it for yourself, because most of the problems that we have in life, they're pretty straightforward. If you need to lose weight, if you need to quit smoking, if you need to increase satisfaction in your social relations, you kind of know what needs to be done. But the problem is just in doing it. And we have a very difficult time getting these things done. So social worker tries to take a unique way of looking at this in order to assist people. Because we know that folks of all kinds are out there seeking services, and that they have social networks around them that are all eager to assist them, but they're getting stuck, and when they're ending up with a social worker, we have to take a unique way of helping them. And that unique way is that we do something different. We collaborate with them, we partner with them, and we also take this PI perspective with them. So we believe in PI, but it's not this 3.14159265358 pi, which is the measurable diameter of this is the circumference of a circle, I believe. And it's not this pi, as much as I enjoy a good pumpkin pie. It is this pi, the person in environment perspective, which says we must take a look at all of the systems and all of the factors that influence a person in order to understand where any given one behavior comes from. That is, all behavior happens in context. It's not like we can take it out of there, and if we have somebody, a little kid who's angry and hitting people, we can't look at just the hitting as an isolated piece. What we need to look at is, where's the context? Where did that behavior come from? Where does it occur in? What are there situations where it doesn't occur in? What are all the pieces that can help us to understand where that behavior occurred in the first place, so then we can help them to adapt and change that behavior for later on? And so it's kind of like the way you look at a problem. For some, for psychology, they may look at, well, what is an anger management issue that we can adapt for that kid? But for us, we're looking at the same problem, but in a different way. What we're trying to find out is, what is the context in which the problem occurs? And so that takes perspective. So social work considers that people in the broad context of their environment determines how their behavior occurs. So we've got to figure out what are all of those pieces. So we start with a person with a problem. And there's our person. And we don't want to know just about their problem, but we do want to hear the client's description of their problem. But we also want to know, what is the problem in the context of their own life? Like, what is their family like? What's old weird Uncle Harry doing in the picture? What's their neighborhood like? What's their work life like? We want to collect all this data, because then we're going to be able to see their problem in the big picture, rather than just seeing it as a unique feature of it of itself. So for this kid who's violent, as these folks are showing with this elephant, they're just looking at one specific behavior and saying that that's the client. What we want to know, what is the whole client? Who are they? And then we'll get to know how that behavior is important in the context of their own life. So then we do this by doing a biopsychosocial interview with them. We try to see their home environment. We talk with family and friends and collateral contexts. And then we're starting to be able to draw up all of the stressors that the person has in their life. That might be money issues or work issues, or it could be that they're just sort of genetically or behaviorally wired to react in certain kinds of ways. We call those things stressors. And those stressors are all of the things that sort of make our life hard. But on top of that, we also want to know, what are people's strengths? What are the things that they're doing well? Because they might have coping skills, and they might have the family and friends who may be stressors are also family and friends who can provide social support. So your ability to balance your stressors with your strengths determines what your behavior is like. You know, it's the resources you have to deal with the challenges in front of you that enable you to get by day. So one of our challenges is to see somebody in the context of both their strengths and their stressors and how their problem makes sense in that situation. And then we can start to help them move out of that situation. By knowing all of these various variables about someone, then we're able to craft a plan. And that plan is going to include trying to minimize the stressors and maximize the strengths. That is, what are the ways that we can make the stressors feel a little bit smaller? You know, can we make that money problem a little less stressful? Can we make some of the relational issues a little less difficult? And then how can we bolster the strengths? That is, how can we utilize the friends and family that support the person a little bit more? How can we help them to generate more income? How can we help them to utilize the social resources in their community? Make the stressors smaller, make the strengths bigger, and then we want to create a plan moving forward towards a goal, because we're all about getting good outcomes. Having a doable plan is so important in getting a positive outcome for a client, because you want them to be successful about it. And the outcomes are what makes us different than other perspectives. And, you know, when we say if it was easy to help somebody else would have done it. Well, that's for sure. What we want to do is have a proven track record of helping people by getting them the outcome they want to achieve. We're looking for results. And when we get those results, we build up the confidence that our practice skills can further serve us to assist others and have more confidence in how we do all that. So, to summarize, social workers are hard because their unique ability to use this pie perspective to help them get good results for their clients. The person and environment perspective, seeing people in the context of their world, identifying their strengths and stressors, helping to minimize those stressors, maximize those strengths. All of those pieces help us to become successful practitioners of social work. Thanks very much, and I hope you enjoyed this little presentation about person and environment. Thanks.